Antes que empezamos, quiero decir gracias a Dios por todo. How y'all doing today?
Muy bueno.
What's the competition been like with the secondary?
You know, it's day in, day out. It's good competition. Got to make the most of your reps and continue to put good things on tape.
How much have you tried to, help Reggie? I mean, you came in and had to learn the defense, and he's kind of doing the same thing now this year.
You know, we sit down in the locker room as well as in the training room, pretty much every room. You know, we just spend a bunch of time together. Anytime we have questions, we just bounce ideas off each other and bounce answers off each other.
Where can you help him as he tries to make that same transition that you kind of made a year ago?
The biggest difficulty is trying to unlearn everything you learned at your previous institution. You know, coaches want different techniques, you have different reads and so forth. And that's just something I've had to work through, and it's something, you know, I'm trying to help Reggie work through.
How do you think he's coming along?
Boy can play ball. You know, he's fast, he's doing well.
What's the star like for you? I mean, did you move around different safeties last year?
Yes, sir.
Is the star feel most comfortable, or is it just another safety spot?
It's just being on the field, I'm comfortable.
Is that kind of the nice part about you having 2 years here is you don't have those first year kind of getting to know the system and everything. Now you can come in and be a little bit more comfortable.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. As I was going through the recruiting process again, well, for the second time, all the coaches said, you know, what we like about you is you have another year, because it takes most grad transfers, you know, at least 4 to 6 games to figure everything out. And I'd say I went through that, and luckily enough, you know, I had another year to where I understand everything and am able to execute at the level that I'm being asked to.
The safety group, I think, has 3 seniors, and you got a couple of juniors at the corners. Does it feel like a veteran group when you're out there at practice?
Oh, definitely. You know, it's starting to get to the point where we don't even have to communicate with our mouths anymore. We just look at stuff and we're all on the same page, which is really nice.
Seems like you and some of the other safeties, like DeAndre in the secondary as well, have played different spots in the secondary. Does that help just being versatile?
Oh, tremendously. You know, understanding what has to happen, for example, at the star position, and then being behind it or at corner helps tremendously.
A couple of the other guys have been asked, but since you get to go against the wide receivers all the time, who's kind of stood out to you, and what have you seen from that group?
Definitely Marchie Murdoch. He's improved tremendously since I first saw him when he first stepped on campus last year.
All right.